So we have a 10th District case which eventually made it up to the Ohio Supreme Court, and it's called Berry versus the Industrial Commission. It involves a violation of a specific safety requirement, and what's unique or interesting about the case is not the underlying, whether or not there's a VSSR or not. What is unique, and when we look at these Ohio Supreme Courts, we're always looking, did something come out of the Supreme Court ruling that changed how laws are interpreted? We don't really care about the nitty-gritty. We're looking at far-reaching implications. And in this situation, the issue was this person filed a VSSR, and they're citing this code section, and the code section was specifically this 4123-1-3-13E7, which requires trenching, shoring, or bracing when power shovels, derricks, trucks, materials, other objects are operating on a level above or near the excavation. The Industrial Commission had determined that, well, they said an excavator, it's not a heavy object, and it doesn't implicate this code section, therefore there's no VSSR. The injured worker filed it up to the 10th District, and then eventually that got up to the Supreme Court. There's two unique things that come out of this, and one, the Supreme Court says that the other upper courts like the 10th District or the Ohio Supreme Court, they're not required to adhere to the Industrial Commission's legal interpretation of a safety rule. So this is kind of what is a rule. If the rule is 1 + 1 = 2, Industrial Commission says 1 + 1 = 3. The 10th District and the Ohio Supreme Court, they could say, well, the rule is 1 + 1 is actually equals to 2. So that's the interpretation of the rule. Or if you want to say driving, the rule is if you drive really fast, then you're going to get a speeding ticket. So the Industrial Commission says they interpret the rule to mean driving really fast, you might get a ticket. Well, the House Supreme Court can come back and say, no, if you're driving really fast, you will get a speeding ticket. What the House Supreme Court said in this case, though, is they said the upper courts, the 10th District and the House Supreme Court, can't overturn factual determinations by the Industrial Commission. So if the Industrial Commission, using this example, says that this car was not going very fast, then the Supreme Court cannot go back and say, actually, that car was going really fast. No, the Industrial Commission said it was going slow, and so we have to stick to the Industrial Commission's determination. Bottom line is they bounce it back to the IC to determine whether or not the large excavator was a heavy object near the trench, and if so, then VSSR should be applied against that employer, and this injured worker should get this award.